gonna work?
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
No, I will have to.
Wait, there's a second mic going on.
That was the music, but now it's just us. And look at that. That looks pretty good.
Oh!
Wow. Hey, fellas.
Hey, fellas! We're back!
How's this look, huh?
That's not too bad. Hey,
That's solid.
we're kind of down there, but that's okay. What do you guys think? Jerseys? No jerseys?
I think the jerseys.
Jerseys?
I don't care if you say no. The Tim Tebow one stays on the wall.
All right, fellas. This is the new everything. Well, not quite. Temporary studio.
Yeah,
Right?
this is like if we're going towards season 2 of the Fellas Show, we're on like season 1.5 right now.
We're in season 1. We're in between. This is the Sean studio. The Eric studio is still being under construction. We'll call it.
Yeah, but you know what?
More jerseys.
We got up at
Early.
8.
Early.
Just 8. Threw it together. And
Jason, more jerseys? I know. We in my room, we have a full jersey setup.
we could
But
have
it's a little, we could have
the
more.
5 on there.
I feel like
So we flex real quick.
should we flex?
We have a remote.
We have a remote.
Check
Zoom
it
in,
out.
zoom out. Wait, no, that's full zoom.
Oh, it's full
We're already
zoom?
in full zoom.
Oh,
Got it. The other button. No, that one.
that's volume.
Yeah.
What volume am I controlling?
I don't know. Oh.
There's our. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
All right, we are back. It is the 50th show.
Yeah,
50?
it's
That's
a
crazy.
spectacular.
That's crazy. 50.
I can't believe we made it this far.
That makes what? 10 weeks? 11 weeks? 11th week?
Yeah, this is week 11.
Damn. Well, this is gonna be the new format, fellas. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, let us know if this is good. Can you guys hear
It
us? I
looks
think
it looks
fine.
good.
I just hope I'm
but-
not blaring someone's ears out or someone can't hear us or something.
Yeah.
Ah la la la. Yeah, we're fine. There is sports going on today. There's sports news. There's sports everything today. Picking up from one of our topics beforehand because I just saw it. Richard Sherman is pleading not guilty to the 5 misdemeanor charges, or it could be gross misdemeanors. So it's either up to 90 days in jail, or if it's gross misdemeanor, it could be 1 year. He tweeted out, very remorseful for his actions, very well put together tweet and everything. His wife showed up to the court date. I know he still has a restraining order on the stepdad or the father-in-law. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it seems like very remorseful, gonna get the help he needs. So I just wanted to address that real quick before we move on.
Yeah.
That was kind of a hot big 50. It looks good. Can hear just fine.
Let's go. That's all we're ever looking for.
I know, right?
But you know, it's good.
But yeah, so that whole Richard Sherman thing looks like it's well underway. I believe the court date is set for August 8th, 13th? August 13th. Pre-trial hearing on August 13th. He's pleading not guilty, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Not a good situation, but, you know, it happens, I guess, to professional athletes, apparently more than others.
Yeah.
That's got to be, dude, the mentality of a professional athlete's just got to be ridiculous. He even said he's been battling personal stuff. He said no excuses, of course, but, like, he's been battling stuff for the last couple months.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I'm glad they didn't go for it. Because I'm sure they could have really screwed him with the charges. So I'm glad
I'd assume they could.
they kept it relatively
decent.
Yeah,
because
because
screw
at
over the
some
guy's
point,
career.
right?
Kind of thing.
Because at
Like,
some point, yeah, he messed up.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, you gotta be-
DUI hit and run.
yeah, and
can't- you know, you
forceful.
can't just go
they
past
tagged
that.
him with resisting arrest too. So I
Yeah.
mean, he definitely fucked up and should be punished therefore. But also, like, he has the opportunity to make millions of dollars.
don't
so, like, don't strip his
destroy
career.
the guy's
Don't
life.
strip his career away. But yeah, we're going on to better moods from now on for the show. What do we got? We should be probably talking fantasy football here real soon.
Well, I got some football,
Falcons.
but it isn't a fantasy, man. Young
Wait, what? Sorry,
Young
yeah.
Hoku.
Young Wei.
Oh,
Koo.
sorry. This is Mr.
The most legendary dude. That man probably scored more points than half my fantasy team last year,
True.
and he was on my fantasy
And
team.
more onside kicks than like the entire rest of the NFL.
So
The dude's
true.
crazy. Apparently his Jeep got broken into. No, I'm sorry.
Younghoe
His
Koo-
whole ass Jeep was stolen.
Wait, like the whole thing?
Yeah, he tweeted out a picture a picture of an empty parking space, and it says, "Mo just stole my Jeep SMH. Can you just?"
Motherfucker stole my Jeep. SMH. Can you just bring my cleats back though?
And he goes, "I won't even be mad, bro. Just bring my cleats back, bro." It's a black Jeep, Grand Cherokee. If you're in the Atlanta area and you see it driving around,
It's probably Younghoe Koo's the greatest kicker in the history of kickers. You think he beats Justin Tucker by the end of his career? I'm just saying, that season last season was one of the most
insane.
impressive kicking
He
performances
might.
I've ever seen in my life. But then again, hey, Blair Walsh was also like the greatest kicker ever his rookie year too. So was that Younghoe Koo's rookie year last year? Or was that his second year?
I believe it's second.
Was it his second? I think I had him both years maybe.
So they think they stole it out of the.
They just stole it right out of his parking lot?
I think it was just right out of like
Bold move, God.
Falcons camp.
What if it's probably one of his teammates.
Yeah, probably a little prank. Could be.
Pranked the foreign kicker.
He's
He's such an underrated kicker to me, though. It really
Yeah.
does kind of feel like he's a little bit underrated. Like more people probably should have been talking
Yeah,
about the
the
season that he had.
the
He hit
level
like
he plays
50
at.
and 60 yarders every single game.
I have some of the stats right here. He was 37 for 39. For some quick math, that's 94.9%.
That was quick math.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the stat too.
First player for the Falcons to make 8 field goals of over 50 yards without a miss, which is he went
So he's
8 for
basically-
8 over 50.
So he's basically Jake Elliott, but he can hit extra points too.
Yeah, he's better than Jake. He is so much better than Jake. There's a reason I put the Tebow right there and not the Jake Elliott jersey. He's gonna have to earn that spot. Also, there was an interesting. He already beat Matt Bryant's record for field goals in a season too.
Really?
And Matt Bryant was a good kicker.
Matt Bryant was a very good kicker. He also had to kick a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Because the Falcons always put him. And the dude is not afraid to tackle a returner. Dude, Younghoe Koo is jacked.
He led the league in field goals too. I did not know that.
I also love the way he looks in his little helmet because he's like all bulked up,
Yeah,
but his neck's
yeah.
kind of small, so he's just like this kind of kicker. He's a funny guy.
Hey, just so everyone knows, there's been a 40% increase in car thefts. And
In Atlanta,
67% of those are because the vehicle was left running or there was keys inside the vehicle. Make sure your keys are out of your car when you leave or turn it off. Or
So 2 summers ago, I was working on a job site for
Yeah.
this construction or like woodworking and stuff like custom furniture. And one of the guys, he was an install guy, so we definitely needed him. Leaves a Suburban running like on the road, like leaves a Suburban running. Keys still in, unlocked, all of his tools in his car. Someone literally just walks up, takes the car, and drives away. And we're like, dude, what did you want? Like, to put a sign on it that said, like, free car? Like, what more did you want than that? Fucking idiots. Wait, 40% more, and it's because cars are left running and
yeah,
unlocked?
40% more. There's a 40% increase, but like 70% of them are.
Fellas, don't leave your car running and unlocked.
If you take
People
away
might
anything,
steal it.
If you take
Imagine
away
that.
anything from the 50th episode, spectacular.
If you learn nothing else
Keep
today.
your car off.
Fellas, I'm so glad we're here.
I know.
This
This is
has
different.
been such a process and a lengthy everything to get where this is. But hey, a lot of brainstorming too.
Yeah.
And a lot of just moving and things. Wow. I can't believe it's done. Well, semi-done. Guys, our new place is fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. We're no longer in Aquarius Rex is in the chats. We are no longer in the heart of Philadelphia, although
We're on the side of
we're on the
Philadelphia.
side. We're on the outside,
So what
looking
they
in.
call it.
On the outside, looking in. So I feel much more passionate about talking shit about Philly sports now, cause like I feel like someone's just not gonna like show up and come, stab me or something.
Dude, and I still don't care about whatever's going on in Minnesota, so we can we can keep that like that then.
Funny. What do we have to talk about today? We'll talk about Game 5. Let's talk about Game 5.
Yeah, true.
Good game. Finally a good game in the series. I feel like that was like the
closest one so
first
far.
the first game that I actually wanted to watch from start to finish.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened to Phoenix after that first quarter. I don't know how you just collapse at home after a first quarter. Although a good push at the end. What did they get? Within 3?
Yeah.
Within 3 and fouls.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna bring it up again because we needed. What is with All-Stars not being able to shoot free throws? Giannis almost choked that game away.
Yeah,
he
really
literally
did.
He bricked 2 of them and then bricked 1 again. Like he almost. If CP3 goes down that court or anyone hits a 3, that game probably goes to OT.
Yeah.
What, like, how? How do you not shoot free throws? I just don't get it. Love the jerseys. Love you, Todd. Honestly. Hey, honestly, speaking of Todd, you guys that have been around, Jason, Stephanie, Todd, I'll even throw Yummy in there. And there's others out there, too, who don't turn to the show. Mo, Omar, God, who else? There's a lot of names. Sean, Kinney, there's more, too. All of you that have been around from the beginning, that's kind of been with us throughout this whole thing. Thank you. We really can't like appreciate you guys enough because this is a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going with this. We found other ways to keep this going and everything like that. So, thank you all. We really appreciate it. This will keep getting better and better. The jerseys will keep expanding more and more. We have plenty. We have plenty.
We got options.
Maybe we switch them at the break. What do you guys think? Every break we're switching jerseys?
We won't tell you. You'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe. Drew Holiday defense was absolutely on another level.
Yep.
So it's actually really interesting because I did want to talk about that because I saw a tweet yesterday that was like, oh, Chris Paul's probably hurt. And then I saw a comment to it. It said, Chris Paul doesn't have a healthy problem. He has a Drew Holiday problem. And it's so true because like everyone's like, oh, Chris Paul's got to be hurt and everything. But like, no, it's not. It's Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is that good of a defender. No, every day.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
I'm going to keep... I said it's key matchup, whole series. Chris Paul, Drew Holiday.
No, you did call that from the
beginning. Whether or not Drew Holiday will slow him down, and he did. Plus, he dropped 14 in that second quarter.
Did he drop 14 in that second quarter?
I believe so.
God
which
damn.
really helps you come back from like a 16-point deficit. He was a star for them. He really carried that squad. I'd say, or didn't carry it, but man, gave him some life for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you have... So that's the thing, right? And we talked about this at the beginning. Giannis needs help, obviously. Giannis needs help. He needs someone to score, and he needs someone to help him on the defensive side.
True.
He's got someone scoring for him, Chris Middleton.
True.
Absolutely balling the fuck out. Like, couldn't have picked a better time to have the greatest time the games of his entire career.
Yeah.
Just absolutely balling out. And then he's got Drew Holiday on the back end shutting down CP3.
True.
So now he has basically limited the Suns to Devin Booker, who finally had 2 good games. Now I might be talking out of my ass, but Devin Booker hasn't played that well throughout the whole playoffs, right? Or did he have a good series before coming into
No,
this?
Devin Booker's been...
Has he been playing? I can't remember his stat line before this series. But anyways, besides that, he really only came alive the last 2 games. But when CP3 is getting shut down, and your only other option is DeAndre Ayton, who's been in foul trouble half the time.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem there. He was a lot more effective in the last few series just because he was able to play and didn't have to worry about fourth quarter minutes, didn't have to worry about anything like that.
It just seems like the Bucks strategy is way outdoing the Suns strategy at this point. Like, the Suns don't seem like they have a backup plan where the Bucks have been kind of strategically maneuvering everything throughout the whole series. And it does start with Drew Holiday playing lockdown fucking D on CP3. Because if you can make him not shoot and just have him distribute the ball constantly, like, you really only have to cover DeAndre and Devin, I feel like. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely other players out there. Well, the main thing is,
but I think it's almost more so that they're... Because CP loves passing around. He loves sharing the rock. Mm-hmm. I think it's also just they're making him take uncomfortable shots too. Because when they Drew presses him full court almost every single possession.
Yep.
So as he's coming down, he doesn't see the offense set up, and you can almost see he starts to get panicky. And then once he gets within the arc, he loves to drive or take a mid range instead of distribute it. Ideally, he'd have more assists than point. Like that's just the
Yeah.
kind of guy I think he is at this.
But I think
the
they're
role he's playing.
totally fine with him taking those mid range.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they want
they
him
almost
to shoot
they,
those.
they just mess up the offense enough where he gets inside and he's like, okay, now I'm inside. I gotta take a weird turnaround from the corner and it's
Yeah.
like it
It's
doesn't
just-
work. And
yeah.
they'd rather have him doing that than passing it to Devin Booker.
Exactly. Stephanie, some good players off the bench for Bucks. I'm on the Pat Connaughton train.
True.
Hey, Sean was on that Pat Connaughton train a long time ago when he was showing me the video. He's like, dude, just look at this guy. Just look at what he does. It is funny though. Yeah, he is very undervalued in this series too.
Yeah,
Bucks been getting
absolutely.
Connaughton lines wrong all series. Money in your pocket. Yeah. Good job, Stephanie.
I got that.
Stephanie, when is your fucking capping account coming out? Come on, go VIP right away. I'll give you a channel on the fellas website immediately. Too easy.
too easy?
They haven't wised up yet. No, they haven't. I feel like books have been softer than usual lately. I have
Yeah.
seen some ridiculous lines out there, and ridiculous lines that I haven't been playing myself because I'm like that line is that line should not exist.
Dude, that's how I felt my campaign line. Just so campaign, keep an eye on him. His points, rebounds, assist was at 10.5.
He got 10 in the first quarter.
Yeah, dude hit that like first quarter. Gotta love that.
That was such a last minute thing too. We're literally watching like the pregame warm ups, and Sean's like going.
That's what I do
going
my
through,
player props.
Sean's going through the lineup, and he's like, Eric, campaign's 10.5 points, rebounds, assists. I was like, yeah, that seems pretty low. He's like, I'm taking it. Campaign at the end of 1-10, and I was like, well, that was easy.
I took that Chris Paul double too. Yes. That was
Oh
a nice
my
hit.
God, Stephanie, with that Padres Nats game.
I
I saw your tweets after that, and I was like, holy shit, who live bets over 20 and a half?
I
Over
have
20
never
and a half
seen-
team total in a baseball game.
Yeah, no, when I saw that I was like, wow, that is the first time I've seen that number associated with a baseball team total over. That's crazy.
And this doesn't fit the context at all, but that is the ballsiest fucking bet I have ever seen in my life. Over 20 and a half. Who does
Insane.
that, Stephanie? Crazy.
does that,
So much props. That's unbelievable. No way in hell I would ever lay that live bet.
Tech Money liked it.
Tech Money loved it.
That was a great show with them.
That was it. Hey, how about Tech Money on Friday? I had fucked up at the end of that show because everything froze and everything.
He did die.
But can we talk about Tech Money on Friday real quick? That man is a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. Now, I'm decent with the analytics and everything like that. Like, I consider myself okay. But that man just has every single stat that you could ever need for anything.
Insane.
I couldn't pass it up. The runs were just Tech. Yeah. Tech was just... Also, we need to get him on the show more because I think we ended up hitting
We did
14
pretty well.
out of 16 leans or something.
Yeah.
He said we missed 1 or 2 leans, like official leans that we had. And I think we almost leaned on every single game.
I think we
That was unbelievable.
did by the end, yeah.
I messaged him. We're gonna get it all set up again. No worries. We'll get him back here soon because that was unbelievable. That show was a lot of fun too. I learned so much. The hard hit contact, all that stuff
Yeah.
is so unbelievable. Next
It
time we
all
have him
makes
on
sense,
too,
too.
I'm
It's
kind
always
of
like
understanding the way he talks a little bit. I'll be able to get him like a little bit more, like less advanced. Kind of get him because he's really good at talking through all the stats and then be like, this means this. Because
Yeah.
we need more like this means this. Because there's even parts where I'm like, Tech, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, I even asked him a couple times. I was like, that stat stands for what again?
yeah, that
But no.
was
Super smart guy. If
Big
you guys don't
brain.
follow, I know that most people try Tech Money trifecta times freaking 5. Yeah, no, that guy. And I know he's struggling a little bit more this season because the season it seems to be very weird for MLB. I've seen so many people say it that's been betting on MLB for a while, and this is our first season betting it. So like I don't really have
But
a
there's
basis.
there's a lot of reasons you can think of it would be a weird
Yeah,
season.
right.
It's the dead ball,
The
and
dead
sticky
ball
stuff,
and the sticky stuff.
the 7 games,
Oh, the
or 7 inning
sticky stuff.
game.
Hang on, we need to talk about the sticky stuff.
Did something happen with the sticky stuff?
Did you see Sonny Gray? It's either Sonny or Sonny Gray for the Cincinnati Reds. So apparently he's in the dugout, and the Reds tell the umpire that their own pitcher, Sonny Gray, has sticky stuff on his, or like pine tar on his pants. And they're like, we don't want him to get stuck on it. It wasn't supposed to be there. Like, just so you know it's there, it's there. But then he wipes his ass on the mound in between the innings. He like goes and rubs his ass on the mound to like clean off the dirt or like clean off the pine tar. So you have on one side like the Reds being like, hey, he's got this shit on him. And then two, he's like actively trying to wipe it off, like on the dirt. And I don't know, man. Like I didn't look that far into it, but that just seems strange. Like how the hell do you just have pine tar on your pants as a pitcher? Not to mention it was a hot game, so like you might want
Very
a little
sweaty.
extra. You might want a little extra traction.
That sounds like
Just a little, you know.
he came in and he thought he had it real hidden, and the manager's like,
Dude, it's
"Dude,
all
what are you
over
doing?
your
You have pine
fucking
tar all over you.
pants."
Everyone
Like,
can see it. You gotta get." And he-
just go. No, seriously. If you watch the video, he literally just like at the pitcher's mound goes
Yeah.
and just wipes his ass on the dirt, like just slides his ass around, trying to get the pine tar off of him. Now I don't know. Maybe it truly was like, hey, maybe he got like pine. Maybe he was using pine tar like earlier and then wiped it off, or like just had a little bit on his hand and like tried to wipe it off and it ended up on his pants or something. Bottom line is, there is still sticky stuff in the MLB. There's still sticky stuff. Players are still using it. They're just finding different ways to do it. The interesting one I saw a couple days ago, the catcher's gloves now have pine tar in them.
Oh, load it up before it comes back.
So what they're doing is loading the ball up before it comes back. But that's going to get interesting with, balls in the dirt and shit. Because you know how if that ball goes in the dirt, they're replacing that.
Right.
It's going to be interesting. People should start watching. If you start watching baseball games, watch the balls that go into the dirt and see if catchers are exchanging that ball. And I forget which catcher had the sticky stuff, but we should figure out who that was and start watching him. Because the ball's in the dirt and see if he's replacing the balls. Because there's no way, if you know there's pine tar on that you're replacing that ball and giving it right to the ump. Because the ump feels that, he's immediately checking him. And probably the catcher, too.
Huh.
So they are finding new ways. Especially in the heat of the summer right now, where there's some games, like Arizona and stuff, I saw temperature 104 and shit like that. Philly, the whole East Coast has been humid as fuck and hot as shit. Like, there's going to be more and more, as these days get hotter and hotter and more humid throughout the summer, there is going to be more and more sticky stuff. And people are getting clever with it. I'm not going to lie.
They have to.
They're getting very, very clever. It's interesting. It's just going to be like, you can outlaw it all you want, but those pitchers have been using sticky stuff. And guys, like, I can't throw without a little bit of grip. Like, I can't.
Right.
Oh, Chapman yesterday just had the absolute yips, and it's like, interesting. They're up 9-1, and he's throwing wild balls into the damn netting. It's like, I've never seen Chapman do much of that before that.
No, not at all.
This year has been so weird for MLB though, because I didn't even know. I mean, I heard about the dead ball thing, but Tech was really adamant about the dead ball this season. He kept referencing it over and over and over again to where it's like a very real thing. He absolutely believes that this season is like a huge dead ball season. And I had heard about it a little bit before.
We talked about the ball. It was pretty weird.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I just didn't think it was affecting, team totals, game totals that much. And he's like, no, it is really, really affecting the season. It is tough to hit team total overs and stuff. By the way, yesterday, Cubs under 4.5. My first team total under of the season hits. Thank you, Merrill Kelly. Love that guy.
Team total under. I was actually about to say that. I was like, oh, so we need to start doing team total unders then.
Yeah,
I
know.
We can't hit the overs.
Hey, Braxton's in the chat. Can't hear in class. New setup is sick, though. Damn right, Braxton. Hey, Braxton got a little setup himself. He sent us a little DM of his new camera and a new microphone.
Yeah,
He's getting set up himself. He's getting ready.
He'll be on the show.
Yeah.
How he?
Tech's setup was perfect. He just came
Tech's
in like
cool. It looked good.
How about Tech 2? Just comes in. I think we talked to him for 2 minutes before we went live with him, maybe 3.
Yep, and then we
Or it's like, hey, and then he just hops right in and just starts doing his whole thing. 2 hours and 30 minutes of just Tech. What a man. What a legend. Guy's incredible. I like this new setup, though. We can look at our laptops. We can look at everything. I got to start addressing the camera more. I got to start addressing the fellas. I got to keep looking up and talking to the fellas.
Like, oh, Eric.
Hi.
Fellas.
Yeah. What else do we got today? What happened over the weekend? Now, why can't I think?
The Olympics are falling apart before our very eyes.
The Olympics are falling apart. What are one of our alternates for the U.S. gymnast team?
Yes.
And the U.S. men's national
golf. I think it's golf. It's GAUFF.
Okay.
Was just pulled.
Damn. Dude, that would suck.
Coco Golf.
That would suck. Dude, imagine training your whole life for the Olympics and you finally make it. Even if you're an alternate. That is so cool. To be even considered for the Olympics.
Of course, yeah.
And then this fucking stupid ass COVID shit just ruins it for you.
So let's get in it, because there's
plenty going on, so let's get into it.
So first, that was one thing.
Damn it.
Now, there's also there's 3 athletes already in the Olympic Village who have tested positive for COVID.
That's not good.
Not at all. The third one was just today. This was just 3-4 hours ago.
And that's positive testing? That's not even contact trace. That's positive tests.
Yes, tested positive straight up. Andres Perusic. Perusic?
Yeah.
Perusic.
Is he Czech?
He's a Czech beach volleyball player.
Ooh. Beach volleyball. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so excited for beach volleyball. I've totally forgot about Summer Olympic beach volleyball.
The team, their team leader, Martin Doctor. His last name's Doctor. That's pretty cool.